Good evening, option traders. This is Sam the Trader Geek with your August 27th, 2024, Tuesday night option review video. Hope you had a good trading day, and we're looking at what happened today. And basically, we had a nothing day, in my opinion. A lot of stuff was just basically flat. The Dow was up 10 points, NASDAQ up 29 points. S&P was up about 9 points. Nothing really. Small caps and mid caps giving back a little bit back as we wait for earnings from NVIDIA and the PCE report on Friday. So FIX was down about 4.5%. And if you look at the sectors, mixed bag, half and half, so to speak. Five sectors down, six up, but materials were basically flat, actually. And so nothing day really. It's just where we're kind of running in place as we wait for these important reports to come out. Bonds yields were up on the short end of the curve, and then they were down on the 30 and 10-year. So TLT lost a little bit of ground, but I should say that the the short end of the curve lost some yield, and the long end gained some yield. Commodities mixed bag. The energy complex was basically down, with the metals up slightly, and agricultural commodities like corn and wheat were up on the day. Not much there. And then cryptos were red across the board. Bitcoin losing 5%, Ethereum taking the worst of it at 8%, and Bitcoin Cash down 5%. So not a good day for the cryptocurrency space. Taking a look at the day, we can see that we opened up in the red and ended up closing up 0.3% on the Qs and about 13 basis points on the SPY. DIA making a new all-time high, up 0.03%, with small caps down 0.75% and small cap growth down 0.6%. Everything is above their short-term and long-term moving averages, and it looks like we now have a down-sloping 50 SMA. We've been kind of riding the 50 SMA on the Qs, with everything else being up. If we look at some of the sector or the industries, kind of a mixed bag here. Only semiconductors were up 1% today, on the back of NVIDIA being up. And the rest of the complex was up or down under 1%. I should say, cryptocurrencies down 1.3%, home builders down 1%. Cannabis down 12.9%, which is odd because there was some news in Congress about the DEA last night. I don't know what happened there. Oil and gas exploration down 1.3%. A lot of stuff got better, as was the indices on the day. So again, it was a nothing day, and you can see it here in the numbers. If we look at the 5-day change, we see home builders up the most over the last trading week. Leisure and entertainment up 3.9%. Metals and mining up 2.8%, and materials up 2.7%. So leading the way over the 20-day period, cybersecurity stocks up 7.5%, staples up 5.9%, gold miners 6.2%, semiconductors 6.8%, and cannabis bringing up the rear, and that carries through to the 50-day. We wait for tomorrow to get the next National Association of Active Investment Managers numbers, so we won't worry about that. I'm going to bet that that comes down a bit when it comes out tomorrow. Taking a look at some of the charts, or at least the index charts, switch this to SPX. We can see here that we're just moving sideways. Although the S&P was up 8 points here, we have us still at the close of last Friday, as in this line. Our upper edge of the expected move is up here at 57.16, and the bottom edge is right here, consistent with the close on 8/16, about 56.30. 35. So Monday, Tuesday doing nothing. Wednesday comes tomorrow. We'll see if we get another sideways candle until NVIDIA earnings are released. But we did have an 82-point move for the week, and we're just so far running in place. MACD solidly positive, no signs of rolling over. RSI stuck at 60 here, and not sure why this last one is not showing, but in any case, if we take a look at the weekly, we're forming a little doji so far, but still early in the week. We get 2 days ago. If we look at the NDX, there's a weekly holding the 50-day here. And if we go to the daily, oops, not the 40 hours, sitting right about here. After a red day, got a little bit of a bounce today, about a third of a percent. Here's the lower edge of our expected move down here at 19,254 and 21,187. So if NVIDIA causes a stir and heads up, then we'll head closer to that line up there on the upper edge. If not, then we could be contending with the lower edge of this expected new move at 19,254. Taking a look at the VIX, obviously it was down 4.46%. We're under all the moving averages and not doing a whole lot, but MACD is negative, RSI at the 45 level, not yet that oversold. And so we're under the 50-day, nothing to say about that. But let's take a look at the VIX options, and we can see here going out to the September ones, we close at 15 and a half. Let's call it 16. We go out $1 to 17, we're about 87 cents, and go out $1 here, and we're about 31 cents. So more than double here, but it's more pronounced if we go out to October and we go out to the 17s. You can see that these are priced at around $2.10. And then we go out to the 15s, and you can see they're a lot cheaper. So obviously options going out in time are pricing in more volatility and more protection being bought. As for the SPX and our expected move for into Friday, let's see why I can't get this to scroll up. There we go. 62 points. So we started the week with 82 points expected. We have 62 left to go with 3 days in the week. So that's pretty good. I think that we're going to exceed that, especially come tomorrow and Friday, depending on the results. So let me adjust the size here. Whoops. What did I do? Try this again. All right. Must not adjusted correctly when I did the resolution. So let's take a look at our trades and call it a night. Starting out with AbbVie, go to the charts. Another new all-time high today, and then pulling back about $1.52. Our next target was about 11 and a quarter. We're at 765. In case I don't get an alert on this, if AbbVie is going to come in, don't let it get below your original cost at a stop, so to speak, a mental one with options to not let this get below 560, but I'll keep an eye on this. If in case AbbVie's going to consolidate and move in and come down to the 20. Our put options are up 69%, so those are doing well, and they have about, say, 24 days to go. Amazon, I really considered closing this play, but I want to give it a little bit more time. I want to see what happens after NVIDIA earnings. Really disappointing, 4 down days in a row. Really caught a sell signal somewhere here. We're down 64% on the spread, although it goes out to October. If we don't get good results from NVIDIA, that might help lift the stock. I might have to close this out and take our lumps with this one. I've been really disappointing in terms of this particular stock. ANET up a little bit today, and our options that expire on Friday are not too far out of the money. They're about $25. I'm going to see how this acts tomorrow. I might want to move it out of the way given NVIDIA earnings, and if they slam NVIDIA, this is going to get slammed too. So I might want to be out of the way for that, move it out to October or something, maybe even September to give us more room to be right. But I'll take it tomorrow and see what happens. Disney doing nothing, moving sideways today. We're still up a bit on here. Can't seem to make it to our first price target. Considered taking an early price target yesterday, but decided to wait. So we'll give this more room. It is January play after all. EA finally bouncing back from its pull into the 20-day. We're up about 11%, kind of gone nowhere on this so far, but better than being in the red like we were a couple of days ago. So we have some time. This is an October play, and hopefully EA will get going for us. Nice move in GM so far, up to $49. We have the calendar spread at $60, up a mere 10%, but this is out to a 2026 play. Intel, not looking too good. Basically going sideways to down, and MACD is still positive, but threatening. To me, it looks like it might want to curl over. RSI middling, but we basically put this on for no cost, but haven't been able to harvest any profits on this one. Triple M, another new all-time high, or I should say 52-week high. I think the stock was higher years ago, but for our puts that we rolled yesterday, we're already up 18% on those, the 125 puts, which is good for us. Match.com looked like it was going to get going, but popping back up. This is kind of another whipping boy of the market, so to speak. We're down 29% on this play. It goes out to January. We're going to continue to bounce around here till the market kind of gets back in gear. PANW, we have a put spread on here. We are down a bit on it. 15%, not bad. Have a lot of time on it, 24 days. Seem to be holding now that we've filled the gap, the earnings gap. Like to see it head higher, but this might be affected with CrowdStrike earnings tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. We are about $20 away from the short end of the strike, so we should be in good shape. Procter & Gamble, moving sideways, kind of down, up, down pattern. And our rolled puts are down about 10%. They expire in October, got lots of time on them. SDS, going sideways with the market. May need to either close these out or roll them out. We have these on for protection. We're down 70% on the remainder of this position, and this one's down 88%. Consider closing them, but I think we'll get some weakness at some point before these expire that will make us take them out at at a better price. SoFi, looking really good. Taking out this ATR trailing stop, moving up. We have a 65% profit. Prices are around $13, so can't complain about that. Still looking to either roll or close these out. I looked for something and place to roll them today. I didn't like in it, so I figured I'll just leave them for now. SPOI, we still have a bullish play on here. Um, we are up 27%, and we're waiting for our next price target at $8 as the market moves sideways, waiting for news. STX, not getting through this ATR trailing stop and starting to go in the wrong direction. Keep an eye on this one. Uh, we're up 71%, but our original real cost basis was 85 cents. So we're kind of down on the overall play that we had rolled a couple of weeks ago. TLT, talk about a mess. Gap up, gap up, gap up, gap down, gap up, gap down. That's the story of TLT. But we're still positive on this. We have our next price target at 375. We really didn't come close today on it, even though it was up. But we need to see TLT declare direction, so to speak. When going sideways, our calls in October, we're down about 17% on it. Like to see it hurdle this 21 EMA and get going. Can't say too much about it, but we're looking for our first price target, which is a 50% profit on the first target. And finally, XLV. Can't ask for a better trade. We have taken 3 profit targets. We're waiting for our next one. Again, I wouldn't believe this particular 854% because the options are illiquid and it is after hours, so they're not pricing properly. So we're looking for $3 on the next target. Well, that's all I have for you tonight. Again, tomorrow should be interesting with NVIDIA earnings and other tech earnings, and should finally get this market out of the malaise. But I fear that tomorrow's another sideways chop day until earnings come out in the evening. So be careful out there. And if you have any questions, you can ask them in the forum or at Trading Geek on Twitter. Have a good evening, and thanks for watching.